Haven't done one of these in a while. I'm sorry for the people who just have never seen one of these before and just saw the intro and are thinking this is going to be a really cool video, because it's not. This is just a bunch of probably going to be 20 minutes of just stream of consciousness gibberish that's vaguely depressing, maybe vaguely amusing. And if you didn't like Walden by Henry David Thoreau, you're probably not going to like this. Probably going to suck, just like Walden by Henry David Thoreau. when I first was gonna read Walden by Henry David Thoreau. Okay, well let me phrase it like this. When I when I was gonna read out of morbid curiosity the Unabomber Manifesto written by the Unabomber Ted Kaczynski, I expected to find the insane ramblings, discursive ramblings of a madman, of a lunatic. But instead, I found something that was extremely articulate. And then I actually started reading about Ted Kaczynski, and I saw that he was like a math whiz and accepted to Harvard at 16, youngest professor at UC Berkeley, all this stuff. And I was impressed, in one way. Not that I like what he did. But then whenever I went to read Walden, which is by Henry David Thoreau, extremely respected author, praised as a literary masterpiece, I found the discursive awful ramblings of a lunatic. It was just trash. It sucked. So I went into Walden expecting a 19th century Ted Kaczynski, and instead I found this loser that lived like a mile outside of town, and he had a neck beard, and the first half of the book's gibberish. It's like reading a bad Twitter page, and the rest of it's just him talking about looking at bugs and leaves. It sucks. It's garbage. And I had a talk with a friend as we were on the way to get some parts and then stop at a Mexican restaurant about it. And I told him, like, on the way, we're like riding, and I'm like, I started Walden. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, it sucks. He's like, yeah, well, most people that I know that have read Walden, they didn't really like it that much either. And I was like, well, and I gave him the same spiel. Like, I expected a 19th century Ted Kaczynski, but I was very disappointed. He busted out laughing. And I told him a bit about all that, and he was like, and I said, it's just this, gobbledygook. It's nonsense. It's just all this discursive rambling. He's like, maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. And that pissed me off, and I was like, no! You look, what was it supposed to be, like some little artsy piece, like the words are as loose as free and unordered as nature, like that little picture where it shows the pine, all the little pine twig with all the needles pricked and like stacked right beside each other in order, and it says chaos. Oh yeah, chaos, and then it shows the thing growing normally. It's like order. I'm like, that's stupid. That's dumb. Books are not supposed to be art. And I catch myself. I form my opinions as they are leaving my mouth. So I know what I'm saying is stupid, but part of it's sincere. Like I just kind of spit an opinion out there, and then I like hungry hippos, how stuff gets spit out. I spit my opinion out there, and then I kind of look at it because I hear it. I don't really know what the opinion is until I hear myself saying it. And then I decide whether or not I want to play it off as a joke, or whether I want to stand by it. And so I was like, books are not supposed to be art, okay? Look, if I wanted some kind of, spooky, weird stuff, I'd go look at the paintings in the elevator of the Haunted Mansion, okay? I wanted to read a book with words that make sense. I wrote out here because I'm depressed. I say right after laughing. Uh, no, it's the same troubles that are on my mind as always. Not much has changed since the last couple of videos. I'm just a little bit older. My joints hurt. I've got the arthritis. I am actually in pain, but that's another story. If I I feel like I've wasted the past two or more years of my life just doing nothing, just turning my wheels. Absolutely wasted, just gone. My dad has been the one that's been paying for all my gas, paying to feed me, giving me money for lunch whenever we go on lunch breaks. And he does that not even really because we can afford it, but more because I realized, he hasn't said this, I realized it. And I realized it while I was driving around, and it made me angry at myself. That he does it because he knows that going out there and volunteering, because I'm still just a volunteer right now, and doing that work and being outside and having somebody to talk to means that it makes me happy, getting that interaction, getting to talk to somebody that's my peer, and getting to do all that. And I love what I do there, and that makes me even more upset that he's doing that for such a completely selfless reason, and I haven't really done a lot, in my opinion, to deserve it. I feel like a waste. I feel like a bad son. I feel like a bad everything. I feel like I suck at YouTube. I haven't uploaded in a long time. I accidentally broke my laptop, so don't really have anything to edit videos. I'm going to try editing on my dad's, which is old and very slow. I just feel like a bum. If I could just get a job that will change everything, it will completely take such a load off my mind, because maybe I won't know where I'm going, but at least I'll have some legs to stand on. At least I'll actually be moving somewhere instead of just sitting there going, I just don't know. I just want to find myself. That gibberish. At least I'd be doing something instead of just, I don't know, because then I'd have money, and I'd be able to save money. I'd be able to start restoring the house with the gargoyles on it. If you're curious about that, if this is your first time looking at this video, go check out my channel. I've made a bunch of videos about this house my aunt gave me. It's in pretty bad shape. It's got gargoyles in front of it. It was owned by a very odd man. I can finally start restoring that house, and hopefully in 2 years' time, when my girlfriend is out of college, we'll have a place to live, and we'll be able to do stuff. This is all kind of crap now at this point. What I'm getting at, you don't want to hear this. This isn't really that. But I don't know. Usually the appeal of these videos to people is that it strikes a chord for somebody in a similar situation. So I'll stop getting so into specifics, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. If I could just get the job, then I would at least have a direction. And I could work on getting the house, and maybe I don't know who I am, and whatever, if you get what I mean by that. But at least I would have a foundation. I mean, at least I would exist. I feel like I haven't even really started living yet. I feel like my life is yet to begun, and that's part of why I've lost so many years now. Because I keep saying, well, I'll start doing that once once life starts, once it begins. If that, like, I'm not consciously saying that, but, once, right now I'll just do this, but in the future, I'll do that. But no, it's been real this entire time. This has been real life. I've been living my life. I'm 21 years old at this point, which I know is not terribly old, but it's still, the meter's been running this entire time. The clock is ticking. I don't know. On top of this, my own personal problems, the world is just sickening. The world is just a mess. The world is something that I despise. Polly, did you ever get the feeling that nothing good was ever gonna happen to you? Yeah, and it never did. So what? I'm still here. Things might not be going as well as they can, but at least I've got a taco. New parking lot, new conversation. I'm actually going to I'm saving up right now to get a 75-gallon tank, because I'm going to take one of these little redfin pickerel home. This is a redfin pickerel. Look at these beautiful little red fins. And I'm going to take him home and put him in the tank. And then I'm going to do videos of me feeding him minnows for your strange viewing pleasure. For your strange viewing pleasure. And that'll be cool, man. I'm really looking forward to that. They're really, really cool fish. And if that works out, it's unlikely that he will outgrow a 75-gallon tank, because they don't get very big. But if he does, I'm going to get one of those mini frame pools that people use for indoor pool ponds, like, I think it's SC Fish Keeping and Catch 'em All Fishing. They all do it. Those are great channels. Foisey Aquatics, I think. Foisey Aquariums. Foisey Aquatics. They all do it, and it's really, really cool. And if that works out, then the next time I catch a small gar, small pike, whatever, I can put them in that, and then I can have even bigger tanks with even bigger fish, and also feedings of like that. There's a dude, I'll look it up later, I'll probably pop it here in the video, that will like feed his pet alligator gar with these little shad, and he just takes it and sets it on the surface of the water like that, and you see him float up and snap it right out of his fingers. That's awesome. I love that. That is so, so cool. And I'm thinking about doing that and adding that to like some videos. But yeah. Man, I love fishing. That should be an acronym, maybe. Man, I love fishing. That'd be a cool acronym. Anyhow. What was I gonna say? I just love fish, and I love fishing. I don't know why it's such an obsession. Everything that I like becomes an obsession. Everything has to be an addiction for me. It's always got to become a vice. I can't just enjoy a new food item that I've had and be like, huh, well, you know, next time I'm in the area, I think I'll come back and get one. Nope, I'm going to eat it 3 times a day for every one of my meals until I get disgusted with it and can't stand it anymore, or it destroys me. And right now, fishing has been burning for about 2 years straight, and, yeah, last summer, and now this is the second summer that I'll be a fishing man. Like, I fished when I was younger, but you know what I mean. This is the time that fishing is actually like a straight up addiction. Gotta have it. Like, I went to a doctor's appointment recently, and I didn't think that I would, like, why would I bring the fishing rod? Just a doctor's appointment in my tackle bag. But when I was on the way there, there's this huge pond, a public pond, right beside the doctor's, like where the doctor is located, this little community. Me leaving without my fishing rod is like a crackhead leaving without his pipe, or a pothead without his lighter. It's foolishness. It's foolish! I don't know. I don't know. I woke up several times today and just felt terrible. Had a hard time getting out of bed. Went in and just kind of stared at the lawnmower in the shed for a while. Got it started and just kind of sat there on it. It was almost hard to make myself put it in gear and start driving it. I don't know. I've just lost all momentum. I feel like whenever a ball has rolled down a hill, then it comes to a stop, but it came to a stop inside of a dip, and now I can't rock back and forth. I can't roll out of it. My Twitter seems to be getting kind of lively. People that don't even fish are liking my fish posts. I guess they like the energy of it. Those are genuinely happy moments if you're coming from my Twitter and you think, oh, has he really just been depressed the whole time? No, those are very happy times. That's a high. There are new priorities when you're in the woods, and they're all enjoyable. When I'm in the woods in my waders, I'm wading through a cool stream. The heat of the day doesn't even affect me because the water's so nice. I can hear the water trickling and the light filtering through the tree limbs. And I stop under this mulberry tree that's over by the bridge, and I pick off some of the sweetest. Mulberries are some of the best berries there ever are. If you've never tried one, there's the red ones, there's the black ones that hang on the trees, and the bigger, darker the berry is, you want one that's just a dark black, and you know that it's perfectly ripe when you pull it off, and it almost breaks in your hands, and you put it in your mouth, and you can smush it with your tongue. It's that soft that it almost dissolves. It's just perfect. And I pick a handful of those, and I keep waiting, and I'm eating the berries, and everything's good. I mean, I could die tomorrow, it wouldn't bother me. I could know I was dying in 10 minutes, it wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't mind if I just suddenly keeled over, fell into the grass, and became one of the piles of bones that I see, like when a deer has died in the woods. And the seasons come and the seasons go, and I'm just nothing there. Now, this doesn't mean I'm suicidal. I'm not. I don't know. This video sucked, as I say about all my rambling videos, and then somebody in the comments will tell me that they enjoyed it. So, I don't know. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot more that I'd rather say, but I don't know. I don't know. I've made a lot of promises to this channel about things that I was going to do and things I was going to build, and then I never did it because of that feeling that I described earlier of being like a marble that's rolled into a little pit you can't rock back and forth out of. But that's stupid. I hate that. That's not an excuse. There's no excuse. Alright. Thanks for watching.